Hi, everyone, and welcome to our Monday webinar today, December 11th. Angela and myself, we're so happy to be here with you, sharing all of these wonderful moments, just the last Mondays of this 2023. And let's just start with our agenda and just say hi to Angela. Hi, Angela, welcome.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you, Cynthia. So welcome to our weekly webinar. We're already almost halfway through December. Can you believe it? We're at December 11th. Today, we're going to start the day off with a special survey. I'll explain a little bit about that in a moment. And then for our spotlight, we will be doing the mature skincare set from the Vital Use line. We will continue talking about the used cycle of success. Today, we'll talk about step 5, which focuses on prospecting and encouraging people to join your use team. Sales tips, we'll be talking about how to follow up with customers in effective ways, taking advantage of things like the free samples that they get from the previous month and things like that, so that you're really taking advantage of, you've already had that contact with them, they've made a purchase. Now, what do you do next? And also for tech tips, we're just going to go through a few extra ideas for how to record some short tutorial videos about those samples that people have received. So, and we'll wrap up with our call to action and some quick reminders about time sensitive offers and things like that. So Cynthia is going to go ahead and put a poll in for you. And Cynthia, this just pops up for us, right? So we are considering adjusting the English webinar runtime. So right now it's been 1 p.m. Central, but are thinking about trying to move it back to the 6 p.m. Central time, because I know a lot of you are working full time or part time, and we're hoping that we can catch more of you in the evenings if you want to join us live. So if you can go ahead and just take a moment to vote in that poll, those of you who are here. And those of you who are team leaders, we would love for you to do a similar poll to this if you have a chat or a group with the rest of your team, just to get an idea of what the other consultants are thinking about that as well, because obviously we don't know everyone's schedule. So and those of you who are going to be watching the replay, feel free to add your preference in the comments for us on Facebook or in YouTube later as well, so we can gather some of that information. So I see we have a couple of responses. We'll wait one more moment. Those of you who are joining us live, you should have a poll that popped up for you in Zoom, excuse me, where you can vote on your preferred time. Or maybe you don't have a preference, you just normally catch the replay when you have to, that's okay. Okay, and yes, I see some people answering in the chat too if the poll isn't popping up for you. Absolutely fine. Thank you so much. So I see a lot of people saying 6 p.m. I see some 1 p.m. Perfect. So we're going to gather some information, see what works for most of our consultants so that we can try to reach as many of you as possible. Okay, thank you. I think that's everyone's responses that we
Yeah,
have live.
okay,
Okay, perfect.
perfect.
Um, all right. And then should I close it out or you can
Yeah,
close it out? Okay, perfect.
already
All
ended and
right.
closed out.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Okay, so thank you for that input. We're going to be working on that and we'll get back to you soon. Hopefully by next week, we'll have information on our plan for 2024 starting in January when we will be having our English webinars. So it'll still, be the same setup, but maybe a different time. Okay, so our product spotlight is the Mature Skincare Set. So as you know, this is part of our December special. So we want to make sure that you have good information on this to demonstrate it and share it with your customers. Okay, so one key product in this set of three, or one key characteristic of this set of 3 skincare products is that it's for skin that needs to recover firmness, contour, luminosity. So we call it the mature skincare set, but remember that our skin's needs don't really have a set age. So someone might be in their 30s, but their skin is very high maintenance and they're feeling like they're not having enough collagen elastin production already, things like that. Like everyone's skin is different, everyone's hormones are different, environmental factors, things like that. So this is for demanding skin that it needs to recover firmness, contour, and luminosity. Those are kind of the big things that we're looking for. And this is very popular with customers of mine from different age ranges. So just keep that in mind that you're not limited to a certain age range. Now, the first product in this set is the Skin Perfecting Serum with Edelweiss and snow algae. So the key ingredients are Swiss glacier water, Edelweiss extract, snow algae powder, vitamin C, vitamin B5. So some of the key benefits of using this serum, it smells amazing. Oh my gosh, the endorphin release of how wonderful it smells is one thing, but also it's going to activate the skin's longevity factors. So that snow algae powder that is added in this, think of snow algae, it like grows at almost 10,000 feet. It's a very resilient algae that has these longevity properties that when we use it with our skincare, it boosts our own skin's longevity factors or properties as well. It restores luminosity and evens the tone of our skin. This is a great complement to use with our jackfruit cream for spots and kind of evening out skin tone. Deeply nourishes, energizes, and hydrates skin. Activates the skin's excuse me, protection system against oxidative stress. Notice that we have Edelweiss extract in all of these. It's a really good natural antioxidant. It softens the appearance of wrinkles and fine lines, and it soothes skin redness. Cynthia, can I hand it over to you for the next slide to talk about the eye and lip contour cream?
Yes, totally. Okay, so oh, you can't see me. No, you can't. Okay, so talking about the eye and lip contouring cream with Edelweiss and Snow Angel. Well, this is a lifting complex, and it will help us regenerate the skin, and it will deeply hydrate all of those fine lines that we can have all around our mouth and eyes. Just remember, all of these lines is just, they're all natural. It's because of making our own expressions, just because of smiling, being happy, joyful, talking. But this will help a lot, and I just love it. I use it a lot on my skin because I do smile a lot. I smile because I'm happy, because I'm nervous, because I'm anxious. Like everything, it just all comes into a smile. So I have like these lines. I used to have these like big lines around my mouth. When you use it, it just tends to, it will like start to hydrate it and regenerate that skin. It will help us to rejuvenate the appearance of our eyes and smile, and it will keep our lips moisturized.
Thank you. Yeah. So, and I'm glad that you use that too. I also own this. Like I'm in my mid 30s, but I use it as well because I'm a smiler and I smile with my whole face. And it's like the signs of that start early, and I'm okay with that. Like I'm like, it's a sign that we're happy. But I do like to take good care of my skin when I know that's going to be a need that I'm going to have, for the rest of my life. So, thank you. And I would say this hydrating, the deep hydrating day and night cream with Edelweiss and snow algae. This is a really big seller for people with really dry skin, right? So it's very practical because it can be used day and night. It's very rich moisture. So I had a friend of mine was having really dry skin because she had bought some skincare products through a consultant of a different brand that was just really harsh on her skin. So like the protective layer of her skin was kind of beat up. Excuse me. And this has worked wonders for her. Cynthia, would you mind reading through like the benefits of this one as well?
Yes. So this cream, it protects the skin during all of the day and night. It will hydrate it. It prevents skin aging. It's feeling the effects of minimize the dips of all of the wrinkles that we can have on our face. The hydration lasts for 24 hours. It soothes the skin and minimizes all of the redness that we can have, either due for dehydration or just for it not being like all smooth. It frames up and improves all of definition of our facial contours. It will improve the elasticity that our skin needs, and it will soften and refresh our skin, and it will make it look more radiant. So I don't know who here in the chat, just raise your hand who has been using it. I do tend to have a really deep dehydrated skin. Like sometimes I will get all the way to the point that I have to drink electrolytes because my skin does not retain enough water. And this cream have solved all of my problems. I do use it night and day, and for me it has worked wonders.
Perfect. Thank you. Yes, I use this one too. I have combination skin, so I can't use this one every day. For me, it's a little bit too rich for my combination skin, but I use it as my night cream often in the winter when my skin gets extra dry and I'm trying to keep everything balanced. And yes, mature skin and dry skin customers absolutely love this. And just remember that this set has a lot of these key products that we see as necessary, but your customers may have looked at as like extra add-ons the first time they bought products from you, right? So like the serum, the eye contour cream, maybe you had a customer who only bought the deep hydrating cream from you last time. Look in your order history, find those customers and talk to them about this set this time around. Say, I know you already love the deep hydrating cream. I know that's worked really well for you. Have you considered adding on these other two? Explain their benefits. So this is a great time to check that order history and reach out to people and help them expand their vital use line, because we know, I think all of us who have like, I'm just going to try the one product. Oh yeah, I really like that one. Maybe I'll just try this one more too. I kind of wanted to try that, and we get hooked on it. Really makes such a big difference um, in the appearance and the feel, everything. Our skin gets so much more comfortable, for mature skin, dry skin, sensitive skin, etc. So definitely reach out to your customers who have maybe only bought the hydrating cream and encourage them to try the rest of the set. It's a really big discount with our December deals this month as well. So perfect. Thank you. We're going to continue talking about the used cycle of success today as well. Right now we are on step 5. So remember, this is an important training resource and just professional development resource for you that is found on the new consultant checklist. It's available in all the new consultant materials. And it kind of goes through, this cycle of how do we grow as used consultants. So today we're going to talk about number 5, which is how to sponsor. And there's a few key tools that are available to us here. First of all, it's not really a link, but it's going to ask everyone to reflect on your personal story. So this should be like your 30-second elevator pitch, right? If someone asks, so why are you involved with used, you should have your 30-second story of your testimonial. What was your first product? How did it feel? How did it change your well-being? Talk about your overall wellness and lifestyle benefits since you started using used products, the income benefits of being a consultant, specific goals that you've reached. Oh, I always wanted to be able to do this, and now I have been able to with my income from used. Oh, here we go again, Cynthia. So that's one of the key materials. We also have the opportunity brochure. Oh my goodness. I'll click through, Cynthia, if you want to just talk about the parts of it.
Yeah.
Does that sound good? Okay.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Okay, so we're going to talk about the opportunity brochure where it talks all the different opportunities that you have inside use, right? So it's going to talk to you about all the ways that you can grow up, everything that you can accomplish, ladder by ladder, how big and how far away you can go, which the sky is the limit. Our minds are the limit. So all of this guide, you can see it on the circle of use. You can also look through this document through the app. So maybe right now you don't have, when you receive your initial package, you did receive this checklist, and maybe right now you don't have it. It could just got lost or is somewhere in a drawer in a box, but you can always find it inside your app. And it talks about, well, all of the products, how to get to know them. Maybe right now, maybe you have been here with us for a long time and you don't know all the products because you have only used half of them. So it's all of the different ways to explore the rest of them. It also, we have the document about the business kits. What does every business kit contains? And all of this has also been updated for you as you have been growing and we have been growing all together as a team. And you have to launch your business today. So you already started your business. So also there are different ways that you can approach your PCCs or your customers right now. Maybe you see on their history that they already are in love with you. So then you can start approaching them in a different way to also become part of this big family.
Cynthia, I see a
Yes.
question in the chat. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Is there a detailed list of what the different incorporation kits have, what the different business kits have?
Um, I do have a list. I'm not sure right now it's on the app, but I just made a note so I can so we can send that to you on a PDF. We can send it to you and we can also put it on the app and we will let you know in what part of the app is.
And I'm going to just flip back. I think, oh, here, and in the, I believe this is up to date. In the opportunity brochure, there is like the second to last page has a list. Do you see that, Glenn? If you want to take a screenshot, I'll leave it up for a second. But I believe that's up to date. I don't think what the kits contain has changed recently, right,
It
Cynthia?
has changed just a little bit
A
because
little? Okay.
we are sort of going paperless. Like some
Oh, yeah.
catalogs are not on the initial kits anymore.
Okay.
We have changed that, but not the products.
Okay.
But also, I will just make one simple PDF that everyone can have and everyone can share, and you can have it really like direct on your app, so you can have like a really quick access to it.
Yeah. And I think that's a good question, Glenda, because I feel like when you're talking to someone about becoming a consultant, it's a good selling point too, is like, would you like to just try a lot of things for a really good price? I feel like that's like having what's in the kit available is helpful, definitely to share with them easily. So perfect. So there is this list in the opportunity brochure, but Cynthia's going to make a one that's simple and easy to share too. Perfect. Thank you. Um, Okay, and so we have the flyer for business kits. This is available in the app. It's another thing that's easy to share with people. They get kind of a quick glimpse of that. And then we also have the opportunity presentation. Let us know in the chat, have you used this a lot? Because this is something that kind of walks through all the used business basics, right? So you can use it for someone who is interested and just wants to learn more about the used business opportunity. Maybe they're considering becoming a consultant. You can use this as orientation for a new consultant on your team to walk them through the first steps, things like that. This presentation is really easy to follow and gives them key information about the income, the business, the goal setting end of things as well. So that is available in the app, in virtual office as well. Okay, any other questions about that section of the used cycle of success? Okay, so then I'm going to try to keep talking here. I know I keep getting these coughing fits, but I'm going to try. So we wanted to talk to you about sales tips today of just customer follow-up. That is something that we do on a regular basis, right? You should be every month kind of checking in with people who just got their new products. Do they know how to use them? Have they make sure they didn't stick them in a shelf somewhere and leave them there? Like we want to make sure that people are using these wonderful products that they have purchased. But also we have this great thing that the company does for us every month, basically, right? There's some little perk for spending $100 or more. Sometimes it's $75 or more. So think back to the month of November. Any customers or consultants who spent $100 or more retail got 2 free Eucasol samples, which are like those little towelettes, and 2 free time cream samples. So, and just in the nick of time, because it is definitely viral bonanza over here in Wisconsin, at least everyone is sick. Just a reminder, like those get sent out, but sometimes when we get samples, we just like set them aside and we forget they exist. We don't know how to use them, right? So we want to follow up with our customers who place those orders of 100 or more, and make sure that they have good information to use them correctly and fall in love with them. So the first step would be to go into your virtual office order history and look up any orders of $100 or more retail from the previous month. So when you go into order history, you just set up the dates like November 1st to November 30th, generate the report, and you get a list of your customers who have placed sales, your PCC customers who have placed orders, your own personal orders, things like that. You can go ahead and get that information, and then it's like so easy to follow up with them and give them basic information on how to use those samples. Make that list of who got these free samples. It should be all the same from November. Make a short tutorial video with the uses, benefits, testimonials of each one. So make a short video on Eucasol, make a short video on time cream. Remind them, like in the Eucasol video, these come in towelettes, but normally it's a spray. That spray has approximately 450 sprays in it, right? Like you kind of go through like, this is just for you to smell the little tablet and see how it feels. But normally it comes in a spray that you can use like this, like this, like this. Send the tutorial, those 2 different videos, to the customers with a personal message. Hey, I remember that you placed an order that qualified for free samples last month. Just wondering if you've been able to try them yet. Here's a quick demonstration of how to use them if you're ready to check them out. Um, and then and then in those videos, I would not talk about sales, because you want to be able to reuse those videos over and over again, right? So if something is on sale, the Yucasol is on sale right now, or Time Cream's on sale right now, you want to send that separate because it's something that's time sensitive. Does that make sense? And so by doing this, you're reminding your customers to use the samples that they received. Because they're a little thing, they get lost, they get set aside easily. So we want to remind them to use them. And also, we're building their value by, they can just smell something and say, oh, that smells nice, right? Versus us explaining all the benefits behind it and all the different ways to use it. That builds their value versus just saying, oh, that smells nice, right? So so make sure that we take this little moment to follow up on orders from last month that qualified for free samples, and also just any orders from last month in which people have new products that they need to know how to use correctly. I do a lot of this. Either I'll go live in my Facebook group. Oh, someone just started using 31 herbal oils, so I'm going to do a quick demo, and I tag people in it, right? Or I'll send a specific video to those customers. Do something so that they feel really confident getting started with their new used routine, with their new used products, right from the get-go. Okay, so in relation to that, okay, so we're talking about making these short little testimonials. Okay, so how do we do that, right? It can be super simple, and we're going to just give you a list so that you have something in mind of like how to set it up. Yes, a lot of you have been pros at this and are doing this already, but someone might just kind of not know where to start. So when we're recording these short videos using these featured samples, right, like our Time Cream or something like that, make sure that you really know a lot about the product before you start recording your video. So you've looked at the product manual, you've looked at trainings that are available, like you really know inside and out how to use this product in different ways, how to use it correctly, what its properties are, things like that. Also think about your own testimonials or testimonials from your customers that you can share with that as well. You should be an expert on the product before you start recording. Then remember that as you set up your phone, make sure, just this is just a little thing, but make sure you're cleaning off your cameras, and that you can use your phone facing you like this. Here, let me make sure you can see me. Okay, so you can use your phone like facing you like this, but that makes some people nervous. So you can also turn it around and look at this back camera. This is sometimes higher quality on a lot of phones, and it helps you feel more connected to your audience because you're not looking at your own face, right? We get a little insensitive, we get a little insecure when we're looking at our own face sometimes. Or maybe you're just really gorgeous and it doesn't affect you at all. But a lot of us get insecure when we're looking at our own face and trying to talk, right? So that's just a quick tip. Make sure you have good lighting, set up your phone the way you're most comfortable. And then I'm just going to show you an example of what the content might look like. Like, let's say we are doing a video on Time Cream, right? So I'm going to try to get this video tutorial within 30 to 60 seconds. If you go a little over, whatever, it's not a huge deal, but try to keep it brief. And in that video, you're applying the Time Cream or you're showing off the Yucasol spray, but keep each product separate in separate videos so that they don't get too long. Start by mentioning like a customer need and the benefits of the product. So do you have lots of chest congestion, or are you prone to coughing fits or something like that? This herbal cream helps calm coughing fits and loosen chest congestion, right? Explain how and when it should be applied. It's super easy to apply. You just take a small amount. You can use up to a teaspoon, but for me, this is usually enough. And I'm going to apply it to my chest, back, soles of my feet. If I have a stuffy nose, sometimes I'll put a little bit right here, things like that. I'm just going to show like a quick way of how to use it, etc. And then I'm going to say I use it about 2 to 3 times a day, or as often as needed when I am feeling congested. Then share real testimonials or before and after results. So sometimes it's like a skincare product and you can show before and after pictures with it. But a lot of times it's just like, my family has been getting over a viral a respiratory viral thing, and we have been coughing and coughing and coughing. This is one of the only things that can get us to calm it down before bedtime, etc. Like, you want to share some real testimonials from your life or from a customer. And then give them some kind of call to action. So sometimes I recommend getting the full size tube because you're going to be using this a lot. It's good for so many different things. So you're recommending they get the full size product. When I'm doing these kinds of videos that I'm going to post on like TikTok or out in public, I remind them, make sure you're getting the real deal from an authorized consultant like me, because some people will pop on Amazon and not get the real product and then they're disappointed. So I remind them to get authentic products through an authorized consultant like myself, things like that. You want some call to action, contact info in my bio. I'll send you a link with more information, things like that, to get them like a next step for them to act on. And then that's kind of it, right? So this is like a really short way, just kind of, your hook, which is the need and the benefits, how and when it should be used, any testimonials or results that you can share, call to action. Yeah, so keep it simple. I tend to talk too much, so I have to always try this a few times. But try to get it into that 30 to 60-second mark so that your customers can watch it and start using it right away. Okay. Any questions on that process? And like we already mentioned, if any products that you're showing in the video are on sale, don't mention it in the video. Send that as separate information so that you're not time stamping your video, right? If it's time sensitive information, send that separately. Okay. All right. And just a quick reminder, last week we talked about if you're making these little videos, you might consider putting them into like a playlist on YouTube or a separate link tree. So like if someone's asking about respiratory care, you have a playlist you can send them. If someone's asking about mature skin needs, you can send them a link tree with all the information that they need, etc. So if you're posting these little short videos to YouTube, remember that you just make them public and you add them to a playlist. You just create a playlist for whatever topic. As you're uploading them into YouTube, you select a playlist as you upload, okay? In order to go back and share that playlist after you've created it with all your little videos, then you just go back to your channel and you click on playlist, okay? And you click on the name of the playlist to open it up in like this screen where it's just the playlist and the videos. And that's where you'll see this little share button. Let me click on it for you. This little share button that will give you a link you can copy and send to your customers. Yeah, so I wanted to go through that just one more time because it's kind of a lot of steps. So for those of you who are working on those playlists, this is a great opportunity to send these to follow up with your customers and also put them in a playlist for later use. Okay. You can do the same thing with Linktree. All you do is you go into your Linktree account that you've already been using, that we've talked about adding to your Instagram bio, things like that. You just click on your little face, your little profile, and it'll say create a new Linktree, and you can kind of toggle between different Linktrees that way, give it a new name, and start organizing links to your videos from YouTube. You can add them right there, and people can come click on the different needs that they want to learn about from that Linktree. So this is a really cool way to get your resources organized, and it's a little more time at the beginning to get that set up, but it's really nice when you're having people asking about the same topic over and over again that you have a quick library of resources that you can send to them. Yes. Let us know if anyone's been working on that. I'd love to hear from you in the chat. Is anyone working on making tutorials on respiratory care, different skincare needs, things like that, so that you have them saved in a playlist or a link tree? Go ahead and let us know in the chat if that's a project you have started. Okay, and then that brings us to our call to action for today. So if you have your to-do list ready, make note. Some things we recommend that you do this week. Create a list of your customers who qualified for free samples recently. So like go to your order history in Virtual Office and go through anyone who had $100 or more who got those free samples. So last month it was Eucosol and Time. If they've ordered this month, it would be the Vital Use Intensive Renewal Mask and the Deep Hydrating Cream. Yeah. And then create those 4 video tutorials, a tutorial for each sample, right? Create one for the Deep Hydrating Cream, for the Intensive Renewal Mask, Time Cream, Eucosol. Okay, it should be about a minute a piece. It should not take you very long. Upload them into your social media, upload them into YouTube, put them in playlists, start getting them organized for future use as well. and then send those videos to customers along with any current sales information. Remember, the video is separate from the sales information, but make it personal to your customers' needs. Don't just blast it out to everybody. I would make it personal to each customer's needs and what you've already talked to them about and how they plan on using them. Okay. Any questions for us about any of those ideas for this week? Thank you for your answers in the chat, by the way, too. It's nice to hear from you guys. Okay, so thank you so much. I'm glad to see so many names and I would say faces, but I see your names in the list. I'm happy to have you here live with us. And for those of you catching the replay, please let us know in the comments if you need anything or also your preferences on our English webinar time. And then we will move on to some time sensitive announcements.